Going live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Thank God it's the weekend. Because now we can, go through the weekend really quickly and then, go right back to work Monday. Anyway, G Keyman, good morning. Thank you for listening in at the flea market. Ronald, good morning. Rune, happy Saturday. Night Owl, happy Saturday. Ronald, you said twice. The all-powerful Tyler Newhouse, good morning. Brian Field, good morning. Let's see who else we've got joining in the chat here. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm going back to work Monday. James Randolph, good morning. It's been a week. First time in well over a decade that I've had a new job. Working at a new place, doing a new thing. It's pretty cool. It's been pretty fun this week. Storylock, good morning. I've not replied to your email yet, Storylock, but thank you for the info. I will. I'll get with you. Miko Wolf, good morning. New house, okay. I made it. I made it through my first week as a full-time locksmith, which is pretty awesome. Really awesome place to work for, really good shop. And I've learned a lot. I learned that I didn't know jack. There are a lot of things that I did learn in here, with you guys and doing lives and just piddling around out here. I learned a lot of stuff that definitely came in handy. So, that's been useful. Watching you guys' videos, that's been awesome as well. That has all came into play. And, it's pretty cool. This week, I got to use some of that. The first day I was out riding with the boss and we did 3 rekeys, 3 or 4 that day. And then the second day we did, what did we do the second day? We did some other stuff the second day. And then Wednesday we went and did a couple more jobs. But I stayed in the shop Wednesday afternoon. And again, most of the day Thursday I was in the shop. And also yesterday I did go out on a couple jobs both those days. Riding with the boss, of course. It's been fun. I didn't meet Jack. No. Well, I don't know. I think I might have met Jack. Definitely met Frank. A couple of Franks. And yesterday, I was Frank. and I can't say anything why. I'm kind of limited on what I can share. Now that I'm employed and working. But yes, definitely yesterday I met Frank. I didn't meet Frank. I was Frank yesterday afternoon. I can say, if you're ever repinning one of these and all you have is a Master Lock pin kit, be sure to remember that the Master Lock pins are 1 depth shallower than American Lock depths. Yep. And when you need your picking skills, if you're going from lock sport to locksmith, when you need your picking skills, you will remember them for some of the really easy stuff, but anything like that, you're going to forget them. Your hands will magically forget how to pick. I mean, it is, yeah. You won't remember. There'll always be and be time for Frank. Yes. Yep. Very important to keep those two systems straight. Yeah. Yep. Fortunately, I have a great boss who has a great sense of humor, and he's like, as long as you admit your mistakes, you're good. Just roll with it, admit it. We'll help each other, and we'll go on from there. So, yeah. I mean, it's been a week for sure. I've got a couple locks that I salvaged that would have been thrown in the garbage. Because anything brass, of course, goes in the brass bucket. But there are a few locks that we took off of some stuff and replaced that I've got with me. So we'll look at those here in a second. Let's see here. Good morning, Dana. Yes, Rune, you told me it would be this way. Yes, y'all did. One of the jobs would be that we went on involved a ace tubular lock, and ace tubular locks, when they're outside, they do not pick with the little impressioning tubular pick tool. No, they don't. You get the rotary pick for that. You don't waste your time after the first 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes. No, you don't pick it. Now, did I pick locks this week? Yes, I picked locks this week. But yes, Rune, you're right. You told me so. I will admit that. Yeah, new house. Yeah, that definitely was part of it. I mean, you can go back and watch some of my videos, and I did an entire series on how to pick the American 1100s. I'm embarrassed now. But yes. Let's see. Yeah, James, we we didn't have one of the pin depths we didn't have stocked in the American kit, so I had to use the master kit. But then we were running out of one of the other depths in the master kit, so I had to transplant from the other kit and just keep it in my brain. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. But once I got past that first one, because I mean, I screwed up on the first one. We had 20? Yeah, 20 of them. I think maybe a couple more than that. At least 20 that I had to rekey, and fortunately all key alike. They weren't mastered or anything. But yeah, it was. I screwed up on that first one, and that's kind of what shook me. The rest of them went great. So yeah. Yeah, locks that we lost. I mean, it's not much. Honestly, it's not much. I probably could have gotten a couple more out of the trash, but I didn't salvage. Maybe next week. SecureTech, good morning. So you got a Schlage encode. Lasted 3 weeks? Wow. Rune, did I bring a comfy chair and a vise to the jobs? No, and no. My back has definitely felt the difference. I'm used to standing because in the shop you don't have seats. You stand while you work in the shop, and of course on the job sites you don't pull out a chair. About the only time you get to sit down is when you're like doing a rekey on a job. We do have a seating area and a little workbench in front of the pen, the pen kit, to sit down there and do everything. So you can sit down there, and the vans are set up to where you can run everything. It's got like a separate electrical system, blah blah blah, and it's also set up to where you can run the AC and be inside the van. Which has been nice because it's been like 92, 93 degrees every day this week. That's like 92 degrees freedom units. But yeah, it never selling a motorized lock again. That was actually one of the jobs we did this week. The house had an older deadbolt on it, so it had the smaller diameter hole. We had to drill that out, rebore that hole, and we installed some sort of schlag on there. It wasn't the N code, but it was push button schlag. We did that, and then replaced the F series handle set that was on there because it was broke. Yeah, we did that. The other morning. Cranky Lock, good morning. Let's see. They can buy it all they want, and I'll install it, but no. Yeah, just import Scandinavian quality locks. Yeah, it's been really hot. It's like already up to like 88 degrees outside now here. We're supposed to have some storms to cool us down though. And I'm hoping that we're kind of cool tomorrow morning because I've got to mow the yard. It's been like over 2.5 weeks now, almost 3 weeks since I've mowed. So I've got to do that tomorrow because I mow my yard and the neighbor's yard. So I've got to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty awesome week. I've definitely learned a lot. Yesterday, after I'd screwed up on that first 1100, I really wished that I had this thing, because I was trying to pick it in hand and I couldn't do it. I'd worked on several other locks and stuff earlier in the day, and of course we cut 1,000,000 keys, and I'm already getting tired of people coming in saying, y'all make keys here? Really? I mean, hell, there's a giant sign out there in the shape of a fucking key. Excuse my language, but there is. Yes. Anyway. No, I'm not getting salty after my first week, but let's see. Hey James, good morning. Let's see. Cranky Lock, yes. I'm still a patrolman. I still have the badge and the ID and everything, uniforms. I'll still work part-time. I'm not ready to give that up yet. But because I mean, one day the boss might decide that I'm not cut out to be a locksmith for him, so I gotta have something to fall back on. I don't think that'll happen. I hope it won't happen, but at the same time, if it does, I'm prepared. Plus, I worked really hard for that certification. Let's see. Tell people no. Yeah. The magical dragon in the back makes the keys. Well, see, I've been like, hey, Bear's back. Good morning. Think you're in there. Yeah, good morning, Bear's back. Yeah, like, one of the reasons why I've been in the shop a couple days, other than just to learn the shop, has been because last week before I started, they did a master key system for a condominium complex. And at the time they did that, they distributed one key for each interested party. Well, these are shared doors, so, and some of the units are rentals. So anyway, we've had a metric shit ton of people come in there needing copies of those keys, which has been great for business. But I mean, I was punching out keys because for like Schlag and Kwikset and Best and Schlag, Kwikset, Best, and a few others, if we have somebody bring them in, instead of just slapping them in the duplicator, we actually punch them out to code. So we'll take our little key gauge and go through and read the code on it and then punch it out. We've got like 1 million blue punches in there, which I actually kind of like. We do have a semi-automatic duplicator and an automatic duplicator, which I like. The automatic one is the HPC automatic duplicator, which is really, really good. I like it, except if it's a key that you have to tip stop, because there's not really an easy way to tip stop those that I've learned. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting my workout in using the blue punch. And we've got blue punches and several blitz machines. But yeah, the other day, that's basically all I was doing, was just punching out copies of keys for people, and rekeyed several locks other than those padlocks. There's something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, I got to use the blitz the other morning. We had a customer bring in a little wafer lock, just a little wafer cam lock, and didn't have a key for it. He removed it himself, brought it in, said, I need a key made for it. And I was comfortable with that. It was regular Y11, key to go in there. And I looked at it and I said, well, that's kind of this, and this. And the other locksmith who's in there, she was there that morning. She hadn't gone out on the road yet. And I was asking her, I said, because the boss had left or was busy or something, and so I asked her. I said, I know how I would do this, but how do you guys do this here? And I'm thinking, get the little leashy clippers and clip it out. And but instead, that's when I got to use the blitz for the first time. I was happy. That was cool. It was everything I ever dreamed of. But anyway, I decoded it visually and then cut out the key on the blitz, and put it in there. You cut shallow, and then you can work it deeper, and is you kind of go down the wafers and everything. But it was great. I mean, it worked great. So yeah, it's been a busy week. Let's see, Gumby, good morning, Gumby. Gumby's up and here early. Wow. James, yes. Okay. The thing with me swearing is, like I think I told you one time, way back, several years ago when I was still, the night shift operations manager for my police agency. There was one night that was just gone all to hell, and at the end of the shift, one of the guys said, Lieutenant, you're kind of like Gordon Ramsay. You swore a lot tonight, and you hurt my feelings a few times, but everything turned out great. And I said, get in your effing car and go home. It's the end of shift. But what tempered that was when I started working as a school resource officer. I had grades, kindergarten through 8. Three elementary schools, which go up to year 5, and then one middle school, which goes up to year 8. And you can't really cuss around kids like that, especially in the middle school. I mean, you probably could have, but the principal was very, very strict on language. And then after I quit working that, I was working, assigned in a state office. And, you got like the office appropriate type stuff. One week at this shop, they're like, look, we keep it real here. We're not, we don't cuss at customers at all whatsoever. Never. We don't cuss in front of them or anything. But when it's just us, when we're working or we're in the back, working on something, it's, F this son of a bitch, that damn hell shit, fuck, everything. Everything comes out. So yes, James. Let's see. Bananas come in. What the hell? Well, James, I guess I can see that. I mean, but a banana split should have bananas in it. Yeah. Clippers for the field, blitzes for the bench. Yes. And actually, the locksmith who, after she showed me the machine and everything, she was kind of looking at me funny like, what do you mean you clipped the key out? And so I went out to my car and dug around in my bag of tricks, pulled them out, took them in, and I showed her. And she's like, oh, that's really cool. I've never seen that before. And she's been a locksmith 13 years. I said, that's how we do it on a budget when we're just hobbyists at home. Let's see. Yeah, we've got several new house. We've got several fully automatic machines. I've not been able, I've not learned those yet. I've watched them being used, but that is for like the automotive keys, and of course one of them kind of needs to be calibrated a little bit, but the others are actually pretty cool. They'll cut, they'll engrave, they'll side, do a sidewinder key, high security vehicle keys, and just regular, top of the blade edge cut keys. Just a Sunday. Yep. Banana split with no bananas is just a Sunday. Cool. Rune is all vaxxed up. He's gotten his second 5G shot, so that's great. Got cussed out yesterday on the phone for saying we don't do Hondas. Yeah, we do Hondas. We don't do BMWs. Because the other locksmith, before she came to work for this shop, she specialized in automotive. So she does all that. She and the boss both can do all that. I am happy working on commercial and residential stuff, but I know eventually I'll learn how to do some of that. James, why in the hell do you have a phobia of bananas? That's kind of weird. Not gonna lie, that's kind of weird to have a phobia of bananas. I mean, I've heard of other strange phobias, but okay, bananas? I mean, one of my cats has a phobia of shoes. Bernoulli, if I wear shoes in the house, he just runs. He makes like a banana and splits. Yeah. Can't stand the smell of bananas? Really? I kind of like them. Yeah, Rune, you definitely have to wear that safety hat made out of aluminum. That way it helps you pick up all the 5Gs from the satellites. Really helps. Now see, Night Owl, I like the smell of coffee, but I don't drink coffee. So it's weird because, like, if I stay in a hotel room somewhere and I get up the next morning and they've got the little coffee pot and everything, I will actually brew a pot of coffee. I don't drink it, but I'll brew it and smell it while I'm waking up. I don't do that at home, though. I ain't going to spend the money on it. String things on banana. Phobia relates to his ex-prison experience. Alright, Gumby. Yeah, James, I can understand that. I didn't quite have that, but we had I think there's some of the locations still opens, but here in the States we had a little burger, fast food burger place called Checkers, and it was a chain kind of through this region. I think it's a little further out from here too, but when I was like between 9 and 11 or so, somewhere in there, the Checkers that we had in town was doing had one of their regular burgers, which is a good sized burger. Even by today's measure, it's still a good sized burger. Came fully loaded, lettuce, tomato, mayo, ketchup, mustard, everything. They were selling them for like 99 cents. And so days that my mom didn't feel like cooking, Dad would stop by there on his way home from work. And for a while, my mom, she had some health issues and she just wasn't able to cook at all. And so we wound up having Checkers hamburgers every day for except for maybe Saturday and Sunday, we wound up having them every day of the week for 3 weeks in a row. And by the end of it, yeah, nobody liked Checkers burgers. Yeah, so I can kind of relate to that. It didn't turn me off completely from hamburgers, but I've never tried to find a Checkers again. Let's see. Calls for Sidewinder. Gotcha. Yeah, new house. That would be a good money maker for sure. Yeah, James, I don't smoke cigars, but I do. Well, I have smoked a few cigars. Not in a long time though, but they do smell good. We stay away from checker. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rune, yep. Well, I got a few one-liners I could say to that Rune, but I'm not going to. We're going to look at some locks because I also got this in the post office this morning from none other than Mr. Starry Lock himself. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at a couple of these other locks. I mean, there's nothing to them really, but we'll look at them. I will say the one other thing, because there was Darkwood Picks. When Darkwood Picks, after he graduated high school several years ago and started working as a full-time locksmith, which he still is, he did a little video, like one of his last videos that he did was showing how he had changed his actual pick kit to include more tensioners and some bump keys and stuff. I still can't make bump keys work. I can't. It's faster for me to single pin pick a lot of stuff. Other than American 1100 series, after I've screwed up, standing in the shop with the boss there. Takes me longer then. Anyway, other than that, yeah, I still pick. But Monday morning, first thing, one of the first tasks I was given was to take just a regular Schlage cylinder, like key and knob cylinder, and dump the master wafers out of it. Leave the regular top pins, zero bit it, but get rid of the master wafers. And they handed me, the cylinder had already been followed out and everything, and a pair of their tweezers. Those tweezers were so stiff. I mean, it hurt to squeeze them together to hang on to stuff. And I don't complain about ergonomics and things hurting that much, but yeah, they were uncomfortable. So as soon as we got done with that, I went out to the car and I stuck my pinning tweezers that I've had, that y'all have seen me use a million times. I stuck them in my pick kit, and that's where they have been all week, and that's where they will stay. I really need to get at least a couple pairs of the Sparrows pinning tweezers, because I used to have a pair and then I gave them away a few years ago, but I really like them because they've got about the same amount of tension. It doesn't take much to squeeze them down, but they've got unlike the tweezers I have, they've got the little curve in the tip of them. They're really nice to use. I like them. Let's see. Yeah. Jason loves the smell of graphite in the morning. No, love the smell of Houdini in the morning. Yes, Houdini is the scent and cologne of locksmiths everywhere. Another good tip that I learned, after you've been taking apart locks that have a lot of grease in them in a room full of brass shavings, wash your hands before you go to the bathroom. Just take that from me. Yeah. Because until they invent a magnet for brass, that shit's gonna get everywhere. Yeah. See, Fred, good morning. You'll have to replay everything. Sorry. It's like we got 20 minutes left and I got a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Chuck Newell, good morning. Get the lab tweezers. I'm not sure if those were lab tweezers or not. I really do like the Sparrows pinning tweezers, though. I miss having them. Because the pinning tweezers that I have that I just showed, those actually came out of the little Huck Euro cylinder kit that I got, which of course is where I got the little aluminum followers and everything from. Maybe I'll get a pair of Sparrows and maybe a pair of Lab then. Okay, gotcha. Made it out of cheaper metal that deforms. Okay. New house, yeah, I have. I do have a bunch of those, and I still don't get it. Jason, what are you snorting at? What are you snorting at? You've been using regular tweezers. Yeah, the pinning tweezers definitely make a difference, James. They, especially the proper ones that have the little curve at the end, the little cup at the end of it, that lets you grab onto it even, no matter what. Makes it a whole lot easier to just grab straight onto it and drop it straight in. Mine that I have that I've been using don't have that in there. And so if you like, this is the end of my tweezers and I grab a pin and it's like that, then you kind of have to rock your tweezers back to get it to go in right. And it's a little extra work. A pair of proper pinning tweezers would be awesome. All right, Cranky Lock, have a good one. Oh yeah. Prickly pear. Wash the hands thing. Yeah, I wouldn't want to try to wear a bra around all that. No. Rune, 3D printed a tray. Yeah. Well, yeah, Rune, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 machines in a room that's about half the size of my shop area over here. So yeah, those are yeah, there's brass everywhere. Never buy the Grow Bay tweezers. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably what they had. I mean, they were like this pair that I've got here, it's like, I mean, yeah. These are just Harbor Freight tweezers, but they were like this long, but had a lot more spring force between them, so you had to really clamp down on them. And of course, those were curved at the end to where you could grab the pins and everything, but it's like, yeah. Nah. All right, Jason, we'll see you here in a little bit at your live. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to just look at what Storylock sent. About the only unusual thing I've got is this little guy, a burn, feel the burn. But yeah, we'll see you in a little bit, Jason. All right, so let's get down here and look at some locks. Actually, first, let's look at what Storylock sent me. This is what he had forgotten to include in the other package he sent me the other week. But Starry, thank you for being live with me last week. I really, really enjoyed that. There we go. Let's see here. Right, nothing else in here. Let's look. See what's in here, just in case. Alright, I don't think there's anything in there to worry about. As far as notes or names or addresses. Excuse me. Put the knife up. Go point it and never go back. Yeah, Jason, it's the Lock and Knox. Yeah, the new Lock and Knox. That's what we replaced it with. But yeah, I'd never seen that name before. There we go. All right, GK man, we'll see y'all later. Gotcha. Hey, Dons. Nope. I didn't get fired the first week. I'm still there. They told me to show up. Monday. So, all right. Let's look at this cool stuff from Storylock. Got some awesome stickers here. These are really, really cool. I like these stickers. That's a good design. Yeah. I like that. These will go in my sticker collection for sure. Then we got a pocket key gauge for Schleg, and it's it's pin and key cut. That's awesome. I like that. Let's see, quick set. And then Master and American Lock. That's pretty cool. I like that. Because we use key gauges all the time, like I was talking about at work, to, decode the keys that come in that we copy. Because we'll do that first, unless if they're just like really, really worn, we'll decode them first and then punch them out to code. So yeah, that's cool. And I like this. I have seen these before, but I've never had one. Credit card pick set. God, hang on. Let's shed some light. The Deviant decoder card. Yeah. Devious decoder card. Okay. Double check that it's accurate. Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, here is the pocket or the credit card pick set. This is awesome. Got little tensioners, turning tools, several of them. That's really cool. Have the different rakes and picks. Yeah, that's awesome. Everything that's on there. Y wrench, okay. Yeah, designed by Lock Noob and Talon Pick. Yes. This is really cool. Thank you, Starry. It's awesome. I will find a good place to carry that for emergencies for sure. All right, let's see what's in here. Okay. A little Avis. Little Avis lockout. This is pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen one with the cable shackle on it. Yeah, the 7640 with the cable shackle. 7 pins. That's going to be fun to pick. Spring loaded, not. Yeah, it is key retaining. Cool. I always like key retaining padlocks. Yep. Awesome. I doubt we'll pick this today, but I will definitely try to pick it sometime. That's for sure. Thank you so much, Starry. And I've still got your pack lock that I need to do a picking video of. I don't know if I'll try to do that today or not. Yeah, it's yeah, thank you so much for all this. I really, really do appreciate it. This is so cool. And I will keep these in a convenient place for sure. I'll put these in my sticker collection. All right, let's zoom out real quick, and then we can look at these locks. This is the burn lock or lock and knocks. Came off of a gate. Keys were lost, and you can see it's 4-pin Yale style. The Y52 and even the Y1 will go in there. However, when you put it in, you notice that the key is too long. So it actually has to be cut down. The proper blank for this is the Y22, which I don't have any of here at the house. But yeah, it goes in. You could cut it down and figure it out. I'm not gonna take this thing apart. Doesn't take much to pick it. I actually will pick this one. As soon as I get this out, let's look at let's look at the chat real quick. Look at the chat. Okay, Gumby. All right. Well, I'll try to do some talking. Let's see. Yeah, key still needs to be long enough to activate the cam clutch, but I mean you can see from the shoulder there to the face of the plug, it's still way too wide, so it'd need to be cut down quite a bit. Yeah, which one day I might make a key for this, but I mean there's not much to it. Of course it would be it'd be mounted this way in the gate. So you would come in if you were trying to pick this where it was. You come in and pick it upside down to us Americans. So is that the side? This. Trying to remember which side I already shot some Houdini into. Watch me embarrass myself again. Picking. All right, I'm gonna cheat. Do it this way. This is how I did it once I got it out of the lock. Or to get it out of the lock body. Took it off and turned the lock body around. But yes, if this were a lockout, it would be upside down. Or, excuse me, pin side down. But, I mean, it's a 4-pin lock, so you can get it fairly quickly. You know, even if you are having to go at it from this direction, I don't know, that other side was the one I Houdini'd the other day. But yeah, I'll probably make a video, maybe taking this apart. Might get it, make a key for it. I don't know. So yeah, we had that, and then we had these guys we replaced, along with thumb turns. Property owners wanted double cylinders for when the building was locked up at night, glass storefront doors. So we replaced with double cylinders in the Adams right instead of cylinder thumb turn combination. You can see these are the short cylinders, 1 inch, and they're Yale style. We replaced them. Which I keyed up the cylinders as well in the shop and then went out with the boss to install them. Let's see. Let's look at the chat. How many locks have I had to pick so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. Yeah, about 6. Ronald, that's about how many I've had to pick this week. So, I mean, you know, again, not many. Let's see. Just don't cut it too short. Yeah. It's lock sport now, so I can pick it as normal. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Push in the actuator to the cam before picking, so you only have to pick it once. Yep. And Dana, yes, I think Night Owl's gonna grab your question as well, but if the Z-bar isn't too worn out, then you hold the core and place the Z-bar on it, oriented so that the little black dot on the Z-bar is to where you can see it. So in other words, you put it in there to where you can see that black dot on there, and then keep that assembly together and then put it up inside of the lock. Yeah, I'm not picking anymore right now. Let's see. All right, let's turn around here. We'll get finished up. I'm worn out. I had to cook breakfast this morning too. Wasn't planning on cooking breakfast either, but all the breakfast spots were like full this morning. James the hard way. James Randolph the hard way. Yeah. Dot in, dot out, up, down. Yeah. Yep. put it on like Night Owl said. If you put it other way around, it'll throw the shackle out of the lock. But yeah, just put it. Let's see, do I have one right here? Yeah. Hang on a second, Dana. Hang on. Here. Switch back around real quick. Sorry for all the camera motion, guys. Okay. So there. It's the 888 core. Let's get a Z-bar out. Okay, so here's the back of your core, and you have the little actuator there. Here's the Z-bar, and you can see that I dropped it. There's a little painted dot like that. So you want to put this in like that. That's how it should look. And then basically you take that and slide it up inside of the padlock body and then re-secure it with the screw. Before you put the shackle closed, test it several times with the key in it, just to make sure that it does what you want. And then you should be able to close as long as this is turning and everything and not, overturning or doing anything funky. Then you can pull the key out. Well, you won't be able to pull the key out. Push the shackle in, and then you can test it. By opening, put the key back in, pop the shackle open with the key, and then see if you can pull the key out. You shouldn't be able to pull the key out with the shackle open. So yeah, that's how it should look. The little teeny painted dot facing towards you. Hope that helps. Put that in there, back in here. Alrighty. Alright, so again, sorry about all the jerkiness on the video. Or jerking the camera around. So yeah, Dana, hopefully that will help you. Let's see. 1 a.m. there. Dana, early breakfast. Dawn's this morning I did fried diced potatoes with eggs sunny side up. Let's see. Yeah, the shackle shooting thing with the Avis is kind of fun sometimes. Yeah, Rune, when I rekeyed all those American 1100s yesterday, I tested the cylinder as soon as I got it pinned, just with the cylinder in my hand. Turn the key, remove the key, put it in the body, put the trap door on the bottom, put this in, put the screw in, left the shackle open, tested it with the key again. Then I would close the shackle and then test it with the key a third time. So it got tested anywhere between 3 and 5 times, but a minimum of 3 times before I slammed the shackle shut and put it in the done box. So yes, I do know that. I remember that. Night Owl, I learned a trick for wafer locks that are in a very inconvenient mounting position yesterday. A little cam lock. Well, it wasn't a wafer lock. It was just a little cam lock that I had to remove from something. And there wasn't enough room inside to get a screwdriver or pliers or anything into. Let's see, what is it? Hang on. Yes, if y'all can't reach this little nut on the back of a cam lock, I found that yesterday that a 7/8 inch socket works perfect. But a socket, well, it worked perfect for the one I had, which I think is probably the same diameter as this. It wasn't tiny. It was short, but it wasn't small and round. But yeah, 7/8 inch socket works great for that. Let's see. Let's look here. Dana, anytime. You're welcome. If you need anything about the Abus 83, just let me know. Or, I've done a shit ton of videos on them before, so. But yeah, if there's anything like specific, just ask. I'll see if I can answer. Somebody will be able to answer for sure. Let's look. Don's can't cook. Okay. Don, I don't believe that. I think you can probably cook. Test thrice, cuss once. Yes, for sure. Test them with the shackle closed but retaining screw out. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, the cool thing about the 1100 series cylinders that I was doing is it had the pinning holes on the bottom. So, of course, they all came 0-bitted. So basically, you just take the key, turn the plug 180 in the cylinder, dump all the key pins out, take your 0-bitted key out, put your new key in, and then drop in your pins, and then you should be able to rotate it back smoothly. That's where I went wrong on the very first one. I did it right on all the others, but but that very first one went wrong. Let's see. In this case, the entire cylinder. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to yawn. The cats woke me up early today. Cylinder side of the drawer. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Always test it. Especially if it's not yours. Always test it. The boss actually said to me yesterday, he said, when I was trying to pick that cylinder, before I finally asked him to step in. So he was cool. He let me fuzz with it for a while. And then finally he stepped in, he said, okay. Or I said, hey, and I asked him, though, I said, what would you do if you had screwed this up like I did? And he said, throw it away and put a new one in there. And I said, okay, but this doesn't belong to me, and I can't afford for you to be charging me out of my check for throwing stuff like that away. Which, he laughed, and he said, yeah. He said, just pick it or we can try something else. eventually we tried something else. So yeah, um, but yeah, I mean he's a good boss to work for. I like him. But yes, try everything before you seal it all up. That way you don't waste 30 or 45 minutes trying to pick something open because of a little mistake that you made. Gotcha. Gotcha, Rune. Yeah. Yeah, these are designed to where you don't have to follow the plug out. Um, you don't have to follow the plug out to rekey. You just, do basically what I said. Put your old key in, turn it 180, dump everything that was old out, pull your old key out, put your new key in, and then do the hokey pokey and you shake it all around, drop your new pins in there, and then you're in business. Put hot dogs and baked beans on toast. I've done that before, actually. Got 7, let's see, 83, 45, 85. That's a pretty good deal, Dana. Dang. That's a really good deal. Let's see. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm with James Randolph. I've never found anything good at a flea market. Never worth my time going. I don't know. It's been a while since I've gone. I might go. Maybe I'll go tomorrow when I'm looking for something to procrastinate about before I start mowing. Might go. Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've been going on for about an hour. We've picked exactly one half of one lock. Opened one really awesome package from Starry Lock. Thank you again, sir. And yeah, so I think that's about it. I'm worn out. Anyway, guys, appreciate it. Appreciate everything, all the good thoughts, all the well wishes this week, all the encouragement. It's really meant a lot to me. And of course, everything leading up to it that, like I said, you guys, when I went to work for the first day on Monday, y'all were there with me, and I really appreciate it. So, anyway, y'all, thank you again. Have a great weekend. What's left of your weekend, or if your weekend's just beginning, or maybe not even begun yet. Maybe you're already into Sunday. But anyway, wherever you are, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you watching. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. I don't get anything out of it other than, hey, let's other people know this might be decent. But let's see. Yeah, and go check out Tyler Newhouse. He's only at 79 subs, so go check him out. In fact, while I am here, yeah, I'll have to pull yours up. But yeah. Anyway, yep. Smash your thumb. Hope y'all have a great one. Great weekend. Again, thank you for everything, and stay cool. If it's hot where you are, if it's cold where you are, stay warm. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay out of trouble. And we'll see you next time, y'all.